everybody. Welcome to my channel, Vasily Garage. I know my introduction is a little bit kind of late, but just give me a second, real quick. How many of you guys know that I got allergy problems? Good morning, everybody. This is Vasily Garage. Welcome to my channel. And there's something I want to talk to you guys today, and that is why I choose to go turbo. You know, some of you guys follow my social media via Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Always having this question for me, like, yo man, why you chose, oh my goodness, my allergies. Excuse me. Some of you guys might know me. You know how bad my allergies are. Especially if you guys were watching this build, you remember, like, man, this guy was like crazy with the allergies. But so just bear with me a little bit, because this morning, excuse me, this morning it's not really looking very promising. I think it's also like the moisture and the humidity that's going on today. Okay, so turbo. So I just kind of want to put in a few words exactly why I chose to boost Monika. Do I look good? Kinda. If in case you wonder what I have in my head, my boy made this special. The tuna guy, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so my kids got a couple too, so usually they kind of leave them everywhere around the house. So whenever I'm in the garage and I'm working on something, I just put one on. But why boost? Why boost? Everybody asks me, like, yo man, why go turbo? You know, you said you never go boost. I know what I said. And if you're wondering, yeah, you are right. You caught me lying, kinda, you know what I'm saying? I mean, who does not lie, right? So, I done a lot of turbo setups on motor and turbo setup. So, to go back a little bit, what you call it, what was it? It's the white hatchback. That I had. It was I started working on it in 2011. Anyway, it's a lost track. Anyways, the white hatchback that I had, some of you guys might be familiar, then I probably need to put some pictures in there so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'll put some pictures in this video so you can see what I'm talking about. This white hatchback, it had probably like 7 motors on it. And let me tell you, so when I bought this hatchback, which, let me just show you right here real quick. It's right there on the wall. It's a 2000 EK hatch. Some of you guys may not have seen it. But that's it right there. And actually this hatch actually was my first feature. You know, it was featured in Super Street and Honda tuning. See it right there? Yeah, buddy. Beast mode. It's more low. Missouri, Arkansas. See right there. Anyways, so I'll set this camera back over here so I can kind of give you a little bit of insight of what's going on, you know? I know he's like, yo man, get to the point, right? Get to the point. But I want to make sure that you guys see me straight, not crooked, you know? Okay, so you saw that hatchback, and I'll put some pictures down below. Now, that hatchback, when I bought it, it came with a CTR swap. It had a B18C motor in it. And man, that car, I drove it, and then it was smoking. Man, it was smoking quite a bit actually from day one. So I know it must have some, you know, valve seals or something like that. It was probably leaking. Bypassing into the cylinder wall and just causing to smoke. But I must say, to this day, that's the motor that I drove the most and I beat on it. It was a B18C. K-Series as well. I didn't drive it cross country like I did this cars, but I say in town, I feel like that's the most that I got abuse on, you know? Which, of course, some of these cars, Monika for sure beats all the motors that I had in my car. The miles that I put in this car, none the cars. But I'm saying, up to that point, that was the longest. So it had a B18C5, no, B18C5, yeah, it was the Type R CTR, ITR swap. I'm getting my numbers all mixed up. And later on, because I used to live in Arizona at that time, and I drove the car to Arkansas, which I live now, and I drove that car for like a year or so. I mean, I'm talking about autocross, road race, street race. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and turbo this thing, stock motor. So I turboed that motor on stock motor and made like 300 and 1 horsepower. It was amazing. I mean, that car just performed very well. I was very happy with it. And one of my friends later on he did a trade with this car, and then I think we did some kind of trade. I had an EK Shell, a red one that I bought in Arizona. And then we did some kind of trade, but he had a B20 turbo in his EG that he had that we trade. And he's like, hey man, if you want, we can just, I'm selling my cars and we can swap motors. I got a built motor with a nice setup. And I don't know, might have been some cash involved. I can't remember, it's too far back. So yeah, that's my boy, Joseph Cezina. So if you're watching this, you know exactly who you are. And I drove that thing for not very long, built motor. It had a sleep block, built head, ported, all that crazy stuff. B20 VTEC, turbo. So one night, my neighbor that lived across the street from me had a Camaro SS. He was big into you know, muscle cars and V8s. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna go to Highway 12, which is a lot of twisties and stuff, you know. And it's like, we can do some pulls and see you boost it. And my car at that time was probably making like 450 on that turbo setup on pump gas 91. So we just kind of cruising around, and I mean beast moding. This guy's getting into a corner, I'm just flying, passing through the corner just by him, and I was like, yo man, We get to our destination, to our turnaround point, and he's like, yo, man, your car is fast, bro. But I was like, well, I said, from a dig, I mean, you've been front-wheel drive and making that much power, you ain't gonna have a chance. So I'm like, bro, let's do a dig. Now keep in mind, we've been going for like maybe 45 minutes beast moding, bro. I'm talking about back roads. Maybe the rod stretch, we got really hot. Anyway, so we get back around, we turn around, we get a really long stretch. I'm like, okay, dude, 3. So we took up the first time, and I think he kind of messed up because he spun or something. Of course, Basile was like, boop. And then I dropped back again, and we did a second one. And this time I heat up the tires, bro. I'm like, oh, he hit up the tires. I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna show me off. So I heat my tires up, and I'm talking about we're ready. Bam! I took up first, second. I'm probably 5-6 cars ahead in second gear, and then I go to third gear, and guess what? Boom! Hey Tara, so yeah. How's my car sound like? Ding dang, bing bang 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 boom, ting ting. Come again? I mean, I'm talking about freaking oil, metal shattering everywhere. I was like, what? That's the first time I blew up a turbo motor, built motor. And I'm like, damn, dude, that sucks. So, long story short, we got the car home, and I'm like, man, that sucks. And then I went and I built a motor. I built a B series. I did a LS VTEC. This motor I built it myself. CP pistons, 11-to-1. I did Bav Train, Super Tech, Type R cams, a block guard. I had a machine shop by GNS, Gorilla rods. I mean, it's pretty much head and block. I had a twin disc clutch in it, excessive manifold. It was a nice setup, and I built this car, took it to the tuner, made 450 horsepower. I always been about the reliability. So when I'm talking about reliability, it's always been about like, man, this has got to be reliable. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have fun, but at the same time, I just want to travel, I want to go places, you know? I don't want to worry about it. So keep in mind, this is the second build motor. This is the motor that I built. Like, boom, fresh. So I'm driving this car, racing, street racing. Man, this motor was solid. It was not smoking. It was like Basile approved. Beast mode. Till one day, this guy, Rob Ryan, he also goes by Gringo on social media. He moved from Illinois or Chicago, Michigan to Arkansas, kind of like where I live now. And people are like, because I used to go out to street racing and stuff, people would be like, man, is this Gringo, this green hatchback, this guy, you know, he moved out here. He's got the K series, which here in Arkansas, the town that we lived in, bro, K series was unheard of. You know, I'm like, man, I gotta see this guy, because I was only one of the, you know, like the Honda guys actually would be street racing around here that I know. I mean, there was other ones on there, but usually they knew me that like Basile comes out to race, and I'll race for some gas money, and then we'll go to, you know, Denny's and IHOP, and then go eat after that, and have a good laughter after it. You know, it was kind of cool. In fact, I remember one night I raced a guy. He had like an Acura TL 6-speed. 2-door coupe. Man, he had an intake and exhaust, and he thought he was like a waiter at a restaurant. And he's like, man, I'll race any Honda here. And I'm like, everybody's like, yo, Basile, go race this guy. I'm like, man, what do you have done on this thing, you know? He's like, man, it's just stock. It's a 6-speed, got an exhaust intake. And I'm like, okay, how much you want to race? I'm like, $100. The guy's like, no, man, let me see how much I have. And he pulled like a big old stack of cash because he was a waiter. So he had like big old stack of like $60, $70, you know what I mean? I was like, sure, do you want to race? You know about my setup? Do you know like how much power I make? He's like, dude, It doesn't matter what you have. My car is like nobody ever smoked me. I'm like, cool deal. I was like, but I'll even give you some space, you know, if you don't feel confident. The guy's like, no, heads up, man. I mean, I broke this guy off the line so bad, bro. Second gear, he was like 15 cars behind, man. Maybe 10 cars. It was bad. I had it in a video somewhere. I lost it, anyways. So that's kind of what I used to do back in the day, you know, not just here in Arkansas, but also in California and Arizona. I used to like I used to be big into street racing. So I go over there and this guy Gringo, you know, he's like, yeah, man, I got a K series, you know. So he pops the hood. Of course, it's not Shea Bay and it doesn't look all cool and clean, you know. And I look at it and I'm like, damn, dude, this K series. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, I never raced one of those, but you know, confident. I'm like, dude, I'll smoke this fool. He's like, how much power you make? Roughly about 250. All he has is bolt-ons and cams, you know. I'm like, I got this. So we go find a street back over there. We go race. Now, at that time, when we raced, man, I had like what turbo I have? I had a big turbo, dude, and I had a boost lag. That's another thing with big turbos on B series. Man, this thing like kicked in like 6,000 RPM. So I'm just taking off the line, and I know I had to launch on this fool. So I take him off the line, I was maybe like half a car ahead, bro, and this guy's like, bam, 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 and I'm like, freaking hit boost lag, this fool like pulling on me, and then I get power again, and I come, dude. Long story short is, I think it might have been even. Rob, if you're watching this, I think it might have been even, but as soon as I caught up on this fool, like in the fourth gear or something, he let off, and I'm like, bro, I was so pissed. I'm like, no way, dude, no way. It's freaking all motor car making 450, he's making 250. There's no way, dude. Something's not right, man. So we kind of became friends, started talking, and that's, again, guys, that's kind of how cool it is on social media and car industry. You just never know, like, how you gonna meet people. You know what I mean? Which it kind of brings me to this. You know, now we have like a really awesome friendship, me and this guy, Rob Reinen. So he smokes me. I was like, yo, man, do you mind if I like, you know, want to, you know, drive your car a little bit? But that was down the line. And then one day he's just like, hey, man, you can just drive it, you know? Bro, and I drove this K series. Keep in mind, I was making like 450. Dude, the power band and the gear ratio, it was like, pow, pow, pow. I'm like, dude, what is this? I'm like, dude, that right there, that instant power, I'm like, dude, I must have it. Like, straight up. I'm not even BSing you, bro. So a week later, I pull my swap out of my car, bro. B series turbo, everything. I'm like, dude, and posted for sale. Trading for a K series. That's exactly how it happened. Straight up. I was sold like right there. So some guy in Pennsylvania somewhere saw my post or whatever, because I wasn't big in social media back then. Insta fame, you know, people say, oh, you're famous. I hate that word, by the way. And the guy's like, yeah, man, I'll do a straight trade, then I'll pay for your trip. I'm like, no turbo, just my turbo build, you know, with the clutch and everything, you know. Cool. So I had a 04 Honda Accord K24. I put the hood swap in the trunk. I drove to Pennsylvania, met up with the guy, took the K series. I got a K28 put it in my trunk. I slept somewhere on the side of the road, drove back the same day, bro. Now, within a week later, my car was K swap. The white hatchback you saw on the wall, it was K series, K28 and I did some bolt-ons later on, and dude, that motor was fresh, it was solid, never had any problems. Power band was great. Took it to the track 2 weeks later. I run like a 12.6, fully interior. It was awesome. So I was hooked on K series, bro. The power band and everything, you know. And then he started to change things up, you know, with the K series, you know. And later on, I ended up trading that setup to same friend, Joseph Suzina. He traded that motor for his motor. He had a built motor that he bought from Rob, this guy I'm talking about, Gringo. So this guy used to have a street car back in the day, and then he just kind of like moving up the ladder, and eventually he turned a car into a street car, a race car, and then now he's like a drag car. I think he's like turbo, making like 1,100 horsepower, running like, I think his best time was 8.3 mile, and I think he's pretty soon is gonna be in a 7th. So it was just like, this guy just kind of took off with the car. I mean, he just went like full retard, all raced out. You know what I mean? So Rob had a built motor by Pranito Racing that he had in his green hatchback, the EK, the Midori green, and then what he did, he just did a swap with his other friend, Joseph Suzina, that I got that V20. white hatchback. And then my friend was like, man, I'm getting to sell this car. You know, you want to do a trade and there's some cash on top? And I said, heck yeah. So I gave him my K20A2 stock and traded for that built motor. It was 12-to-1, compression and all this. And some cash on top. I did all the work. He ended up selling the car. And then, bro, I'm driving to Texas. You know me, I'm always driving. It was 285, this setup. It made like 298 and then like 220 torque or something. It was fast. I run like 11.6, 11.9 or something like that at the track with it. I think the tuner run 11.6, but that was like on his car. But his car was fully gutted, no interior, no door panels, no seats, no nothing. Run 11.6, and I run 11.9, I think, on my hatchback, but at a different track. And then I run different slicks too. I think he ran like 23s. I can't remember. Anyways, I ran 11.9 at the track. So I'm driving from Texas. I went to a car show, which you see it says more low. We went to a car meet. I'm driving this thing, bro, and I get home. And I noticed the motor sounded kind of a little weird. And I was like, it's just me. I'm just tired. It's too loud. The next day, I'm just going for a ride to give my friend a ride. First, second, third, boom, dude, I can hear this knock. Knock, 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 knock. I'm like, dude, you must be kidding me, right? Now, I didn't build the motor. You know, I had these people build the motor, but that's not like something towards, what's it called, the company that built the motor. It must have been something that I did. Maybe I just, maybe I was a little bit low on oil, or maybe just freaking revving that sucker up to like 5,000 RPM for hours and hours and hours. Those build motors were not quite made to just go, which brings me to this. All that talk brings me to this, why I decided to go turbo this car. So you just driving miles and miles and miles and miles, you know what I mean? Those motors were made to make power, but they're not made for like the reliability wise. Anyways, so I don't put no blame on any like the builder and stuff. I think it was just because they're not reliable. You know, build motors are just not reliable to drive cross country and beat on it. Now some of you guys will be watching this like, oh yeah, my motor's reliable. Well, hey man, more power to you. I just never had luck with it. You know what I mean? Now I never blew my personal motors out. And I was just kind of driving. I never missed shift or anything, you know. So then I took that motor out and I did a Frankenstein. I did a K20 head, K20A2. I got the head from Humble Performance. It's one head that they actually had in their car. And then I put a K24 bottom in, stock bottom in. I did the Type-S oil pump and all that stuff. And I'm talking about, dude. And my friend Gringo, Rob, he's like, yo man, you should definitely do like some aftermarket valves. It's got the valve tray, but it doesn't have valves, like it's got like the springs, retainers, but it doesn't have valves on it. It's OEM. And this head has some problems. Like, nah, dude, if those valves can handle like 700 horsepower turbo, I'm sure you can handle like 200 horsepower motor. I was doing a Frankenstein, bro, not even 2 weeks later. I mean, I'm talking about, I'm leaving the auto zone, I was getting some oil ready to go on a trip. And this thing just like, I'm talking about driving regular, go to third gear, and boom. I'm like, what the heck just happened? What the heck just happened? So now I blew up the second K-Series motor, not even like racing it. And then I say, you know what, dude? I think from this point on, I'm done with build motors, period. Done. Never gonna do a build motor from that point on. And I put a K24 motor in it. Now the pictures that you saw on the white hatchback, that was a strictly K24 lone block with bolt-ons. On pump gas, made 227 and like 192 torque or something like that. Bro, I beat the car so hard, dude. Like I'm talking about, even if I wanted to blow this motor up, it would never blow up. Like never. Like I drove this car everywhere. And pretty much when I sold the car, parted out, I pretty much parted out the motor off of it and sold the motor to somebody else. That motor might still running to this day. So from that point on, for me, stock motor reliability was what it was at. So if I can make power with a stock motor, just some bolt-ons, because the kind of driving that I'm doing, and also to my budget, I'm like, dude, this is it. And then later on, I just got another car. I got an EK coupe, and it was a B-Series turbo, and it was like sluggish. Again, reminds me of my B-Series turbo. I drove this B-Series turbo. I'm like, this thing is, I bought it off my friend that we built it way back in the day, which is the Midori green coupe. That's some. might have seen it, the Midori green coupe. And then I might just put some pictures so you can kind of see exactly which coupe I'm talking about. Used to be LX Turbo, and it was Garrett, everything was legit. And it was slow. I decided, man, you know what? This motor's coming out. So I put a K20 Type R, K20A, and then I just turboed it. Bro, it was the best thing ever. Like that coupe right there was like amazing. Never had one problem, a 450 on pump gas. And, excuse me. And it was just like, and it was just beast mode. I drove that car to Texas. I drove that car around here. Like, never had a problem with it. Never. Solid. But some long story short is I was street racing, and you know, I had a lookout, and I was reaching towards the end. There's a guy here in town that has a V8 S-Stand, like a muscle truck. And I know we raced way back in the day. We did a pull on the highway when I was to have a B series, and he said that actually he pulled me. But there's some forums here in the local that actually my name was brought up, which I'm not in the forum, so I don't know. But one of my friends is that actually he was the lookout that night. He was looking at this race, and I said, "Yo, man, this guy's talking a lot of smack on you." They said that you back up from the race, bro. I'm not even on the forums. I don't know. My name was never like, nobody ever messaged me. So I guess that part of my ego was like, that's it, man. This is it. Tonight, I'm going to smoke this fool. So my green coupe, K20, Type R, 450. I was running the Nitos. NTO1s. Sticky tires, bro. Super sticky tires. 225, 45, 15s. And I said, man, tonight is going down. Hit this guy up. Whatever he wants to meet, we'll go. So we meet up at the airport. We go at the airport, and we light it up, man. I did this middle burnout. I mean, I hit those things up for like 30 seconds, bro. I mean, you name it. All the noises in the world, you can just make them, bro. You name it. It was smoke everywhere. I was like, dude, I'm making sure. Because this car was quick, bro. My K20 Type R, it was quick. I'm like, dude, I'm going to show this for what's up. I'm like, dude, he's an S10. Even though he's got Mickey Thompson, slicks, whatever, big old V8, whatever stroker he's got, he ain't got nothing on me, bro. It was one of those things, you know? K-series all the way, right? Bro, so we just lined it up, and I'm like, you know, I honk or whatever, you know, whichever it was, I remember. And I'm just staking out, bro, and I'm going first, second. I'm like, bro, I'm talking about like bus links by third gear. But my ego was like, man, you know what? I want to put this guy, because I had it on camera. It's like, I want to put this guy so hard that he will be able to tell his kid someday how bad he got smoked. And I mean, I just put so many bus links on this thing. And then my friend that was a lookout at the end, he's supposed to warn me if there's a car coming, if there's a police, if there's somebody walking down the street there, because it was kind of like by the airport. And this fool started going crazy with the flashlight, crazy. I'm like, so like, I started panicking, kind of like for an instant second, like, am I going to run over somebody? There's a cop somewhere, you know? So I got on the brakes. So when I got on the brakes, the car instantly just, poof, it just like went sideways. Because the road was kind of narrow. I mean, like, I have big brakes in the front, 4 calipers to work with. And next thing you know, the car just spun, it hit a guardrail, and then they ran into a fence. Later on that day, the same guy was able to pull me out, and I said, you know what, I'm done. And that's when I sold that car. I parted out, actually, parted everything out, and I got an M346, which I can put. pictures on here, or maybe you guys can follow, go back on my YouTube. There's more videos on my E46 M3. And then I got this E46 and I built it from ground up. It was stock SMG. I converted it to a 6-speed. I supercharged it, did the suspension, all the lip kits, nice interior seats. I mean, it was clean. And then again, traveling to car shows, connecting with people, just like a lot of people in the car industry, especially European, VW guys, Audi, Porsches, BMW, it's just more of an arrogant attitude. Just majority of them. Like I have a really close friend, James Taylor, that actually got a super sick CCW, and he's like very humble, very down to earth. Even though he might not like Hondas as much, I know he had a Honda back in the day. You will never hear this guy say something about Honda. You will see you probably like, oh, cool, man, awesome, like very supportive. So that's kind of how I am too. Actually, like anything, like it doesn't matter what it is, Ford, Chevy, you know, regardless if it's done right or if it's not done right. If you take pride in your car and you have a cool attitude, mucho love, brother. But your car is nice or messed up and you got a shitty attitude and you act like all this, you're better than everybody, they're like, hey man, I don't want to be your friend, you know what I mean? You're just miserable. So anyway, so I built the same. I was like, man, you know what? I wasn't really like feeling the scene with the European, you know, because when you have a BMW, you just kind of mostly just kind of do like European shows and stuff like that. And like I said, here in Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, there's not a lot of car community. So it wasn't like, man, you know, like I ditched my Honda fence, you know. Anyway, so somebody on social media saw the build and made me an offer, and I'm like, heck yeah, bro. The guy flew from from Washington, flew down, checked the car out, paid me, flew back home, and then had the car shipped to Washington, and it was gone like that. And that's when I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna get back into it. And that's when I built this blue EG. It was a K20, it was a basic swap. It was very clean shell. Got this K20, and again, I'm like, oh man, the green coupe turbo. So I stayed in there for a while, and it was fun. I raced it. It was dialed in very nice. But then it got to a point like, man, some boost would be nice. And then I turbo it, and I have fun with that. And then it brings me to this. As I had that blue EG, my wife wanted a project car, and that's when I picked this car for her. We're gonna do just a right-hand drive and a basic K swap. But then at the same time, as I started building this car, somebody hit me up, and then one of my friends, Josh, and a really good friend of mine back in the day, you know. And then he's like, yo, man, you know, I'm itching to buy a hatch, you know. It's like, you wouldn't want to sell your hatch, and I'm like, I threw him like a big number, like 27,000 or something crazy. It's like, and then he's like, right away replies like, I'll give you 24,000. I'm like, selling a Honda, and it was clean. Yeah, this thing was clean. I mean, it was probably like a $30,000 bill, but $24,000 is like a lot. So pretty much I sacrificed the Blue EG to build this car. So I took out that $24,000 plus what I have in it, and I put it onto this car. So now this is it. So again, kind of the same thing what happened with the Blue EG. I built this car for a year. I've been smashing on it, having lots of fun, traveling cross country, connecting with a lot of you guys out there, having a lot of fun with that. But it got to a point where like, man, like some more power would be fun. I know I said I'm gonna stay in A and reliability wise, but like, dude, K series on turbo are never blowing a motor, man, and they always be so much fun. You know what I mean? It's not like that, all motor, bam, bam, smash gears. But even with boost, K series like really awesome. It's nothing like B series. And again, guys, if you're watching this, nothing offensive towards you guys that are running B series. This is just my personal experience with my turbo setups. So I was like, dude, you know what? So I went to H Day, New Hampshire, 2019. And I was just, man, I've been doing a lot of thinking. I've been driving. There's a few times people just pull on the highway on me, and I'm like, man, that'll be cool if I had the power right now, just kind of zoom by, And we'll get to the show, and then it was a good turnout. How many of you guys know Honda Pro Jason? How many of you guys know Honda Pro Jason? Everybody should know Honda Pro Jason. If you're watching this video, you must know. It's this dude. It's probably like about this tall. He's like really bold-headed, and he travels to a lot of like car shows, and he most of it like a Honda. He like reviews Hondas, and he's just like really awesome little dude. He's like a little dude on steroids. He's always energetic. He's always funny. And I'm like, after the show, it's like, hey Danny, we're gonna go out by to eat. I just made it to Honda Day just so I connect with my fans, and I feel like we kind of have the same kind of in common thing because my car was kind of in a way sort of Insta fame or social media famous, so a lot of people just actually connect with the car, and I was always taking pictures and hugging and all this crazy stuff. And I feel like in the corner right there where Honda Pro Jason was doing the same thing, all his fans taking pictures and stuff. I'm like, yo man, I feel like we both kind of fitting a purpose here in the Honda community, like me more on the racing side, you more on like in review Hondas, you know what I mean? You're not really hands-on building cars, but like traveling and talking about Hondas and checking out everybody's builds and stuff, So after the show, he's like, hey man, you want to grab a bite to eat? And I'm like, yeah, dude, sure, let's go, And we'll get on the highway, and this fool just punches it, bro. Because he's got a... It's got the new Type R turbo, and it's got some stuff done to it, So I was like, part of my ego was like, dude, you serious right now? Like, and I could have smashed gears, but dude, you don't have that top end being an NA, you just don't. I'm running ITR training with the K24. I'm like, dude, this thing's gonna top out 120. This was keep going. So I'm slowing down, and I'm like, maybe I can slow him down to like a third gear so we can do it. Like a highway, he wouldn't do it that low. He wouldn't go that low. So I'm like, screw it. So at that point in the car, I started itching for a turbo, like straight up. I'm like, man, you know what? Not because of him, not because really, my car is not that fast on top. I was like, dude, that thing, I'm ready to boost my car. Simple as that. And that's all it is. So I'm like, you know what? This is it. I'm going to turbo this car. And that's all it's doing. So, now that this build here, I put everything that I thought was the best components and parts and the way I want to build it and the fitment and everything. And now with the turbos the same way. I want to go with the turbo the same way I want to do it. Whatever is like a really, clean looking and a good people in the car community, and they make awesome product and, like Speed Factory. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It just shut off on me out of nowhere. But I don't know what I lost you there. But anyways, now as far as the turbo setup is gonna be, it's gonna be a sidewinder. I'm gonna run a T4 manifold with a Precision 62, 66, 3 and 3/8, 3 and 3/8 downpipe. It's gonna be KLM manifold, outside, inner corner. I'm gonna get out the vibrant stuff so I can do the charge popping, all that stuff. It's gonna be 285/pump gas. It's gonna be flex fuel. Rob Reinen, Gringo is the one gonna tune my car, which is my old friend that actually I used to race back in the day. How funny is that? So Rob, you're awesome. And I'm roughly looking about 350 on pump gas for daily, 350, 400 tops, and I'm looking about 500 to 550 on E85. So that's kind of what I'm at with the car, you know. Maybe I'll stay around 500. Man, anything over 450, 400 on this car is nuts, man. I'm running ITR 20. 500 is like nuts. You're gonna break the tranny, you know? Those things are like monsters. K-Series and turbo, man, they're just like legit. Like, you don't need, you know, I think 500, bro, is like freaking a lot. People are talking about the number. Oh man, they can hold up 700. It's like, yo, bro, 700, you're not going anywhere. You know, we want 500, you don't. You know, especially with the short gears. So I'll probably have to do like an EP3 tranny, but I kind of like that rush of like, you know, short gears and stuff. Y'all in the racing mode, you know. Yeah, that's kind of what power-wise I'm looking. Now, as far as being boosted, it's probably gonna take about a month. I think KLM is gonna take about 3 weeks out to build my turbo kit. And then gathering all the other stuff, and then be able to buy search the other stuff. But yeah, this is kind of why I went turbo. I know my GoPro is probably, I don't know if you record everything. It was just kind of freaking out on me, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah, this is it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. If you have any concerns or any ideas, feel free to message me. The fastest way to reach me is through Instagram. So make sure you follow my Instagram, which is Vasile, V-A-S-I-L-E, and then _racing, Vasile Racing. Usually it's at the top of my YouTube, so usually you can link up to it or something. But yeah, well, that's all I got for you guys today. I gotta go to the gym, pump up, and then I gotta go help my parents change the starter on their Infiniti M35. So I got a busy day. But that's all I got for you guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Sorry for taking too much time out of your day with this video. Hopefully it wasn't boring. Hopefully it wasn't a waste of your time. But yeah, feel free to subscribe to my channel. The whole build is gonna be on YouTube, so I'm gonna show step by step exactly how I'm doing the turbo kit on this car. So that's gonna be kind of awesome. So yeah, kind of pumped up about that. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time, huh? With your love, you're awesome. Hey Tara, so yeah. How's my car sound like? Ding dang, bing bang 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 boom. Ting.